What will they learn from? I don't know. But
Right.
you know what? Give them every opportunity to grab onto and then promote some of the stuff. I think what you're doing here with this program is fantastic.
Thank you.
I think it's an opportunity for people to get a third-party perspective.
Yeah.
It's what's going on. So.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I
To
really
give
appreciate
up. We
that.
can't give up on volunteerism either. And we certainly want to promote volunteerism to career. We really do. I push it. I'm proud as a peacock when a guy leaves the department or stays on and becomes a career firefighter.
Oh, same here.
It's fantastic.
I glow.
Yeah. And we succeeded.
Yeah, we did, absolutely.
That's what it comes down to. So.
Absolutely. We've taken an 18-year-old kid or a 16-year-old kid, brought him up through the ranks of the volunteer service to the point that he loves the job, or I say job for volunteer, but loves the job, but he wants to make that his full-time job. And then they go out and source those jobs. And every time a guy, graduates out of my department to a career job, it's like another notch on the wall. Like, yeah, man, like we just put out another solid brother, or sister.
It's one thing that I've noticed in some of and with talking with people here, just as it's an observation. I meant to say it before with the deputy chief, is that there's not a negative, at least I don't see a negative connotation from the career departments and the volunteer departments. Like, there's pride.
I get it.
Like that, you like you said, there's pride, and sometimes in other areas of the country, I don't necessarily see that so much. It's like they almost look at it as a bad thing, and or people don't talk about it and they hide it. And I love that one aspect of this culture here is that because it's ownership from where they started, and then it's almost like in some, at least from talking to the people that we've had here on the program, they're kind of transferring that ownership, and now we have candidate A and he's employed here,
Right.
and like we're gonna continue to make great things happen.
There's no doubt career departments are working better than ever before with volunteers. There's definitely a new marriage developing there, which is something that's unique and nice to see. Years ago, you're going back 25, 30 years ago, you always had the headbutts. We're the career guys, and you're
Right.
well, the proverbial word, the whackers are here.
Yeah,
But
right.
I don't see that anymore. I see career chiefs. I see career firefighters that are willing to grab on and say, hey, come on, guys, give us a hand. And it works out. I've seen career firefighters pick up hose and pack it on volunteer trucks.
Right.
It's unique, and it's something that's changing for a positive. It's not necessarily always looking at the negative. Well, there's some other positive things that are happening here too. So that I'm encouraged by.
Yeah.
I'm actually, we're having a good relationship with, Patterson,
Right.
State, Clifton, and our career guys.
Yeah.
There's no bumps and grinds there.
Yeah, that's great. And just for everybody listening and watching, Joe is, I'm sorry we didn't even get into your pedigree, but
Yeah.
Joe is the chief of department of Hawthorne, which is a 100% volunteer department in Passaic County, New Jersey, and they butt up to probably one of the busier fire cities in New Jersey, Patterson.
Patterson's busy.
Patterson's a very busy department. Joe's truck, Tower 2, goes down there quite often. I don't know, you send that engine company down there as well
Occasionally they'll
sometimes?
call for an engine. They recently called for an engine, but it's typically the tower goes on
Yeah.
the second alarm. So.
And that is, you would then be the fourth due truck in their city. I think you're like the fourth due truck.
Yeah.
And so on. So Patterson gets a lot of work. It's an old mill city, Silk City, USA, right? And a lot of abandoned mills and rundown. It's a tough town. The chiefs down there have been doing a good job, though.
Mm-hmm.
Equipment, hiring guys, but they go to a lot of work. And they rely heavily on mutual aid.
Yep.
And so I know you guys are down there quite often.
And the embracement's been great.
I've also heard that their dispatchers are phenomenal. Like I've heard some great dispatches.
Incredible dispatches.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No comment.
So,
Anyhow.
Yeah.
I have the problem with our own dispatchers. Never mind.
Yeah, I know. And that's, yeah.
And I think they work hard. I wouldn't want to do the job. How about
Yeah,
that?
that's very true. That's very true. But yeah, and you hit on a few things too. Just to hit back into volunteerism, because I like this theme that we're going with here. And I said to my guys the other night, in my own department, we've had issues with the town and working out volunteerism and trying to explain to them the amount of time that's put in. And you said that we require our members to miss Christmas and they respond, and it's 24 hours a day. And you're right, we don't turn it off. Volunteer firefighters don't turn it off. We're responsible day in, day out, around the clock. Now, whether you're available or not to respond, but your life revolves around it. I mean, all the time. And to explain that to people, and I was talking about this before with the coaches, volunteer coaches, people that volunteer on boards, they turn it off. They go, they coach for 2 hours, they get to go home. It's done. We don't have that luxury, and I think that's why the fire service is so connected. And, maybe that's why the volunteer and the career guys are getting better and better at their relationship, is because we're all doing the same job, and it all requires a lifestyle. we talked about it before with Deputy Chief Calman from Hackensack in one of our previous podcasts, that, he said, the job's only going to teach you so much. You have to take that personal responsibility to learn more, to learn the job.
Nothing's given in the fire service, nor should it be. You should be earned and you work for it. If you don't have a passion to work for it, what are you doing here? That's really what it comes down to. And when the young bucks come aboard, whether it be male or female, where do you want to go with this?
Right.
And drive them there, get them going there. I'd love to see the aspirations of becoming lieutenants and captains down the road. That means they're hungry, they want to learn more. But understanding that every call is an independent call. I know you can go to 100 car fires, and to me, they're not the same.
Right.
So I hope our young people understand that they'll learn every time. That's the unique part about fire service. Every call is you're learning. It's like an EMS call.
Right.
It's not just a headache. It could be a stroke. But they're learning something on every call, whether it can be an activated fire alarm, a nonsense call. And if we embrace that and we push it into our younger members, I think the success, whether you be volunteer or career, will grow.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, it's Rob Ridley from National Fire Radio. Thanks for tuning in. Catch up with us on social media. We got
SoundCloud, National Fire Radio, YouTube, National Fire Radio, Instagram, National Fire Radio, and
not least,
Facebook, National Fire Radio. Guys, check us out. Take care. Be safe.